connect to alive. Sometimes it just connects. Other times it's like I'm like doing this magic spell for it to connect. And I don't know. I really don't. I really don't. Do my live as if it's gonna connect. Even if there's nobody there, I talk to myself. That's so weird, eh? Sitting here scratching myself, talking to myself. I just came from John Binney's live stream. That was nice. That was nice. It's really cool to feel the coming together. I don't know, I guess it depends on what kind of observer that you are, right? But Mama Bear's bird's eye view is like, whoa. Hey, Tree Hugger Dave. Yes, you are first. I was thinking about you earlier. I specifically, when I got into John Binney's stream, Alex was the only one there that's like, tribey. I'd seen the other names, but they're not people that I've ever spoken to or commented with and, had any interaction. But it was weird, though, the synchronicity of the names, the Michelle and the Renee, because I'm a Michelle. That's my first name. My sister's name is Renee. So the Michelle Renee synchronicities in the live chat of John Binney's stream was cool. But yeah, I when I saw that Tom wasn't there, I specifically started like calling Tom in to the live stream. And when he popped in, he said it's his feet get itchy. So I'm going to test that, calling in and seeing if it really is, excuse me, timed and synchronistical that I'm calling him into a live stream specifically, and that his feet got itchy. He went and grabbed his device and found the live stream. And then Tree Hugger Dave got in there, and it was like, boom, because after I wasn't specifically thinking about people, I was just thinking like, dudes. I had like a Mayday dudes thing in my head. Hey, G. May the birds wink at me. So much bird activity. It's like, oh my gosh. Whew. Hey, Dustin Bradlove Frequency. How you doing today? Halo friends indeed, eh? That does not feel like wordplay today, Dustin Bradlove Frequency. Halo friends. I swear, my back, that spot where our wings come out, is so itchy. That's my symptom. Everybody's got to have some sort of ascension symptom. Mine's an itchy back. My oldest daughter, massaged my back about a month ago, and after about a minute, I looked back at her and I was like, so are my wings like visible yet? Can you see them and touch them? And she was like, what are you even talking about? I said, could you feel my wings on my back? And she was like, no. I was like, oh, well, they're still there. Tree Hugger Dave, I had just finished planting a couple hundred lupine. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Lupin. Lupin sounds better to me. Flower seeds before I arrived at John's. Right on. Amazing. Thanks for being, Dustin Bradlove. Frequency said. Back at you. Back at you. I got Fam Jam near where you are, Dustin Bradlove Frequencies. And because you are where you are, and because you are the energy that you are, I know that everything's safe there. And I think you'll understand what I mean by that. Hey, Alex. That was awesome, eh? In John Binney's stream. Cool energy. Holy shit balls. Woo. Whew. It was nice. Yo, 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 Tom. I was just describing how I was like calling you in earlier to John's live stream. I was literally sitting there thinking like, Tom, you're not even in here. Get in here, Tom. And then whoop, there you were. Hey, David Barry 75. If you guys haven't already checked out David Barry 75's channel, I've already made 2 shout out videos. I don't put people's names in the shout outs. I tend to be a little bit mysterious that way, I guess, not putting it there, so I don't remember what videos. But one was for the 444 meditation and the other one was for the Rainbow Warriors. Anyways, excellent vids. Thank you, Alex. My wings are... Whew. It's going good, Tom. It's going good. Dude, are you shitting me? So crazy at the moment. 110 hertz on the Schumann. Okay. I was just about to say that the nights are not nights anymore. They're just, or they're one eternal, like, endless night. Like, I'm, like, right in the middle of a Doors song here, but, whew. I fell asleep at one point after 4 a.m. and I think I got maybe 30 minutes. I don't know because I wasn't checking the times. And then was up till like 11. And then fell asleep again till 11-ish. Yeah, whiteout for sure. Whew. For no wonder. And it feels good. Honestly, I think that because whenever I do hear people, when they speak orally or read an article about the Schumann, people are still tending to say that there was a Schumann spike. And I don't resonate with that. That feels like old language that doesn't, it's not pertinent anymore to our times to say that the Schumann spiked. I think that if the Schumann, stayed at the level that it's typically, old world used to be at, we would be in big trouble right now. You know what I mean, though? Like, it would be shocking if it dipped down now more than, a sustained or very high hertz. Do you know what I mean? White out. Wipe out. I don't remember the song. I haven't heard it since maybe 1992. But when you write white out, I got wipe out going in my head. Dustin Brad Love Frequencies. I'm at a warehouse with everything needed. Oh yeah, right on. It's going well then. For life in Santa Ana near MacArthur and Harbor. You are welcome now or later. Just love. I'm going to keep that little address in my, little, what do you call it, fairy box wish station and see what happens with that, eh? Thank you. Tom says, it's been about 70 for 6 solid hours. Makes total sense. I get it. I love it. David Barry 75 says, whoa, just check. Yeah, total whiteout. Right on. Well, that explains, I don't know if you guys had time to see, I didn't post it a long time ago, within the last hour, but my sky video that I put, I didn't speak in it, I just am in awe of living it. The clouds are so, like, almost grabbable. It's a mountain summit peak view of the clouds right now outside. Like, there's no other words for it. It's just that intense out there. I've never seen or been in clouds so close except for, high elevation summit mountain where, you know, we're not sticking around because the wind is so high and it's fucking snowing and cold, and we got to go back down a bit more because it's just that elevated. That's how close the clouds are right now. Dustin Brad, love frequencies. Sending love outwardly, all directions from here now. Thank you. I feel that. And same, ditto from the northeast, Turtle Island. It really is all about the frequency, eh, guys? Like, seriously, it really is. Gotta keep it high. Tree hugger Dave Mahoney. I'd say Schumann used to spike, exactly. Now it just keeps growing, gaining, expanding in frequency as more people become aware of now. We create collectively. Yep. I wish and long and, you know, aspire and can't wait and just live for the times where that sustained frequency, you know, Tom Eden. It's okay because we say at this frequency we pull the timeline up, but it takes a little time. Yeah, I guess that depends on what perspective and bird's eye view stance and point that you're at, right? There's so many timelines right now. It's very excuse me. I'm not going to use the word overwhelming because when I do that, I make it feel that way. But, you know, it's multidimensional. It really is, and it depends where you're at and what you want to look at and see and what you choose to manifest. But whew, I don't have the words for it. David Berry 75, Evolution Energy Arts just made a video out for new global meditation. This whiteout must be why. Our visualization, etc., are more powerful. We can manifest a more favorable timeline with this. Exactly. Yes. It's oh, JW. Hey dude. Hey dude. You just said it. JW reminds me of doing acid where there were times where I couldn't tell if they were clouds or mountains. Yeah. Yeah. It's an acid eye view everywhere, always, constantly now. That's another, like I said, I couldn't explain but that's what it is. Hey, JW. Okay. Yeah, the 11s are strong for me, David. That makes total sense to me. It resonates. Keep your vibration high, 11 a.m. and 11 p.m. Yep. And really, it's just capture yourself. Every thought counts. Every moment counts. Time is an illusion. It really is. We are in a spot. Shout out to the people who work. Shout out to the people who have a routine that they're keeping up. All I can say about that is, like, dudes, we got you. We're the ones anchoring you, so you have the strength to do that. So thank you. But catch your thoughts. G says, careful when touching the clouds. They can sweep you off your feet. Definitely. I am grounded, yet very feeling groovy. Do 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 do. Feeling groovy. That's how I feel. Bridget, hey my dude. How are you, Bridget? How's today going, sweetie? Thanks, JW. I wasn't aware of that. I'm not looking at a lot of things. There are a bunch of people doing a frequency thing on the 11s today and tomorrow. I'll probably focus and do it at 11 and 11 a.m. and p.m. It's nice to have the awareness that it's collective, just because the way that I'll put it out will be in a unity type of vibe, like with a knowing that we're amplifying by knowing that we're doing it together. There's a strength in that, even if we're not together, to think, believe, and feel the closeness. It elevates the collective vibe. It is so important. I am Love You Seek. Hi, how you doing? Welcome. Tom Eden, 11 watching. Yeah, I have 11 on my screen too. Right on. It's the intent, right, too? It's not like, oh no, I missed 11 a.m. I can't, I did not participate in that. It's that having the awareness that because you just thought of 11 a.m., you put that into that timeline. It's really, how would I say? The intent behind the knowing that there's multiple timelines and things being played out, and the intent towards the past and the future is inclusive. It's like important. And when you think about the past in a pure way, when you shed all the stories, like lose all the triggers, so everything of the past, and put the intent always. I don't know how to explain it. You should know what I mean by now, in a way, right? If you get it, you get it. I don't know. JW, most of the time, I don't really know what else to say. Yeah. Sometimes it's, well, first of all, it's always the quality, not the quantity, right, JW? So, it's all been said and done. So, to have a little bit to say at this point is really the sagest thing. JW, I get what you're talking about. I just do what I do. Yep, it's meant to be as it is. I'm more focused on the feeling of peace that I have right now. Nothing else really does anything for me. Yeah, well, it's that feeling of the how would I say it? That feeling of I've had enough. I'm not going back into any loop or any pattern, and sustain the peace, keep the peace. It just, because you recognize what can take it away, you don't allow it to. And then those things just don't come back at all. So there's such a peacefulness sometimes that you choose to, react to a situation, to bring in a little bit of trigger action of something, because it's just so done peaceful in a way. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm a stubborn little shit sometimes, so I need it more than once. David Berry, the 11 comes from Bruce Lipton as a focal point for each time zone to kick in. There will then be a cumulative effect each passing hour. Exactly, no time, always now. Yeah. Bruce Lipton. Cool. Gee, feeling groovy. Yeah, you remember that song? It's Simon and Garfunkel, Feeling Groovy. Isn't it Simon and Garfunkel? The other song I got in my head is Itchy Coo Park. I forget who sings it. I can't remember the words. I had it in my head like a couple seconds ago. Because of JW's comment about just it feeling like acid, the sight of what is around, right? The phenomenons that are just, I don't know. I still, it's weird to me that when I went and made my video, I don't know, there's not a lot of people out and about, but still enough that, when I kind of look around, I'm just like weirded out in a way that not everybody's not looking at the sky. Like, I don't get it. It's just weird to me. You know what I mean? Like, gee, remember that time? Remember the time? Remember the time, eh? When you were just coming into my channel, me to yours, like, our beginning of meeting time, and you said something in a comment about an eagle, and then the next day, I saw an eagle like so close, and he came like right over the car, but the car that was like right in front of me coming, and I'm looking at the eagle, and I'm like pointing up at the eagle, so whether he sees the eagle or just kind of looks in the car to see me, he'll look up to see the eagle, but he didn't even, was just driving. And that was strange to me too. JW, I've thought that also. That's the first thing I do is look up and around. Yeah, like when I get out of my car, sometimes I don't even look down to make sure I'm not in a puddle. I'm already looking up at the clouds. And, like, I stepped out of my car into puddle because I'm looking up instead of down. But, yeah. Gee, where the eagles roost, you soar. Yeah. It's nice to have the turkey vultures back, though, I tell ya. Oh my gosh. My dudes, it's really nice to have the turkey vultures back. They are like, we were driving, I don't know, was it yesterday? A couple days ago. And they were so close to us. Lily says, it was like, wow, like, they're really saying hello. Like, they're so close to us. I was like, oh my God, I know. And last year at the end of the season, it was mild, so they stayed longer, like before they went down south. And the proximity of how close and the amount of turkey vultures like gathered in ways that I had like never seen before. Never. And right off the highway, and traffic passing by, and 9 turkey vultures on a rock face. There could have even been more. It was that hard to count just how many were there because it was sunset time, like dusky. And yeah, they did a really awesome goodbye before they left for the winter. JW, fly with the eagles, not flop around with the chickens. Oh, come on, I want to flop around with the chickens too. Have you seen Moana? If you've seen Moana, I want to be that chicken. I do. Why? Because he's got it easy. Someone's always taking care of his ass somewhere. And then in the end, he's kind of useful. Hey, I want to be the chicken from Moana. Everybody wants to be Moana. You guys can take the bigger parts, man. I'll be the chicken. When they're on the little boat thing. Know what I mean? Come on, somebody here's seen Moana. Oh, tree hugger Dave, me too. He says I keep waiting and hopeful of the eagle landing on me. Me too. But really? I would be just as happy if I got shit on by an eagle. I swear to fuck, that would be like, oh my god, thanks for choosing me. I know that sounds whacked, but it's got to do with the whole it's illegal to have an eagle feather, even if it fell right in your lap. Um, so when I was in BC and there was like always a shit ton of eagles, I used to like make jokes about that they should poo on me because I can keep the feather. JW, first time in my life I saw 20 eagles flying together. It was amazing. Yeah, there's that's there's no words for that. I remember when I was in British Columbia and we were in the Fraser Valley, so it was one of the things that made it that I was able to even try to want to live in a city, Chilliwack, BC, um, was that we were in the Fraser Valley, so even not having a vehicle for the months I was there, with a bike, you could get to a trailhead. Some were just 20 minutes away, spots, because you're in a valley. And I remember this one time being at high elevation and not expecting it. And the eagle that just like was like right beside me and then just flew and then just circled over me before, because I was so damn close to his spot. But he was calm. He wasn't pissed at me, but just kind of. And meanwhile, I'm just standing there like, just like basking in this like closeness that was Chilliwack had so many eagles that it made it that I biked to work and back 40 minutes ish, just because it was not as cool to be in a vehicle and it not take the amount of time and to be able to see and stop just every time. And I worked in a building that had a lot of windows, so no matter how like yucky it was to be confined inside and to have to work inside, it was just turn my head and there was always an eagle somewhere. Yeah, that was cool. Alex, the chicken dance. Exactly. Respect. JW, my uncle is a medicine man for the Fort Hall Indian tribe. He said it was bad luck, but I love them and every time I see one I have very good things happen. Same. I guess everybody's perception and teachings can be different. For me, there are, like specific spirit animals, totems, very significant insects, birds, and animals that I couldn't stand for certain periods of my life, and they were not good luck for me, you know? So I completely understand that, and I get it. But I've had eagle synchronicities and sightings that were um, omens, warnings, um, telling me specifically that the situation, the timeline that I was entering was going to be, not gonna lie, horrific. So that I had a certain inner knowing So I can understand someone could interpret that it's bad luck to see an eagle because the eagle is warning of, rocky roads, hard times ahead. It's not always, shits and giggles and rainbows and unicorns. We have a life path to live. And depending on how we live it, how we are aware of creator source, we do have the warnings, we do have the choices. And we chose certain things to live on certain timelines that were not going to be rosy and amazing, because those darkest, shadowiest, yuckiest, fucking shittiest things are what bring that one angel in our life that we might only speak to for 5 minutes or see 5 times, but that brought a key of peace within us. Um, every life event, everything has the silver lining, right? Tom Eden, snakes at the moment are awesome. Right on. I don't even see them. My hair feels like snakes. It does. I meant that when I said that in the comment last night in your vid. It's crazy. JW, the hawks are really friendly for me also. One time we were stuck in the snow with a blizzard coming, and I walked up to the top of the mountain to try and call, but no service. Yup. Damn cell phones, eh? That one time you really, really need them because you're in a, yucky situation. They don't work. JW, so I just sat there, and eventually my brother walked up to the top of the mountain to sit with me while I saw a hawk and asked him to go get help. G says as the crow passes, and I'm hearing your voice say it as I read it. It's kind of like an interlude comment in between JW's two comments. It's neat. Mm. Yeah. I had a moment once where something was happening and I was questioning, should I be afraid? Like, is this fight or flight? Like, should I have fear or not? And I was afraid, but I wasn't sure if I should be. And in the moment that I was like pretty much trying not to cry in a fucking ball and asking myself, like, am I in danger or am I not? A fucking owl came and, like, right by the window and landed on the ground, and then kept his wings spread and then flew off. And if that was not the biggest sign that I was safe and to just go to bed and get the fuck over it, that was a situation I was imagining I was in, I, I don't know what sign could have been better than that, with feathers left behind too. Ha, JW, within a few minutes the hawk came back with a vehicle right under it. The vehicle was able to go and get help. Yeah. I remember one time, JW, because you say that, I came upon an accident and there was four people in shock and two of them bleeding a lot. And one of the people was the driver who had been drinking and was wanting to run off. So I was dealing with four people in shock on a dirt road at sunset during fishing season. So the whole time I was, basically trying to get them in my car and, put pressure on the wounds and all that shit. Um, I believed a car would stop at some point because it was sunset-ish time, on a hot, beautiful summer night. So there should have been someone either going in or out of the bush, but there wasn't. And I remember at one point that I looked up and I was like, not even a bird. because I didn't have a cell phone at the time. I couldn't call, and it was just easier to get 4 people that were able to all walk into my car than to try and call an ambulance in a rural area. You know what I mean? But I remember the feeling of like thinking like, whoa, okay, I got no cell phone. Okay, no people are coming, but like, why isn't there an animal here? Like, you know, to have my back, basically. The way you just said, like, you kind of went up, you sat there, and yeah, the sign, the validation that something's been received and something's gonna happen, right? Chickadees call your name. Yeah, they do. The vehicle is able to get help. Reminds me of Jim Morrison. Oh, dude. Want to hear a weird ass secret? Like all of ya? When I was road tripping, I put on a song by The Doors and I almost gave myself a panic attack. I got so scared because Jim Morrison and The Doors are, like, whenever I do happen to choose songs or they happen to be on the radio, there's always like a reason, like a warning or a meaning, something really for me in there. And when he said like there's a killer on the road and I'm like road tripping alone with Lily Rose, I like shut the song off and I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, don't say that to me right now. And then for a while, like, just I was like all paranoid of like humans because like fucking in one little verse he says like there's a killer on the road, sweet family will die, like, oh my god, don't do that to me. I was pissed that I let myself listen to that and like feel that, you know what I mean? Like, it was like, you dumbass. Road trip secrets. Yeah, the best dude I ever met on that whole road trip. Well, maybe not the best, but the best conversation I ever had. Am I buffering? Probably. I get to the point where I'm talking to myself and I'm just done, right? Yeah, the best dude I ever talked to, I was grabbing a coffee at a Robin's Donuts in Inverness, Cape Breton. And an older gentleman comes up to me. He looks me up and down and he says, girl, what the fuck did you do to your hair? How do you go out like this? I don't know how long it had been since I had washed my hair, and it was just like a curly fucking pile on my head full of basically dried, seawater. And because he said that to me that way, like, I just loved him instantly. And I looked down, I says, I don't know. I said, when I was a kid, I put my finger in like an electric socket, and ever since I've had like this fucking hair on me. And we ended up having the coolest conversation. He was like a typical movie or book character, old timer, amazing teaser person, just hilarious. At one point, he looks at me, he's like, you guys are going up to the Highlands? And I was like, yeah, and, we're going to camp and blah, blah, blah. And he starts telling me all these stories about this woman who got ate by a coyote and to not put my tent just anywhere because I want to stick by people because I don't want to get eaten by a coyote and become like, 2019 story of the year of the East Coast. Oh, that was the best. He was awesome. I just want donuts now. Oh my God, Tom, remember that day that we talked about donuts and I said I really want old-fashioned donuts? Well, I caved and got like really crappy donuts. It didn't, nothing bad happened, but it was just like, oh man, I just sold out and got like placebo donuts that don't even taste like anything but cardboard and like reminiscent of chocolate, but not really. I know. The things we eat at 2 a.m., eh? Is that a panther? No, I'm thinking about the Pink Panther. JW, you were in Fascinating Fairies live stream last night, eh? That was awesome. She doing good. There's a lot of codes and activations in that Fascinating Fairy, I tell ya. The fascinating part is real, as is the fairy, to be honest. You know what I mean? Yeah, that was awesome. I, shockingly enough, didn't move. I just laid there in my like lazy boy chair, like fucking kicked back. I didn't move. And all the time I was like, I should get up and move. But I don't want to, because the breath work that she was doing just completely like immersed me. And just before because she goes on at 11 p.m. Eastern time for me, right? So I had already got like a lot of my stretching and moves in. So I was going to get up, I just didn't, because I flowed with the breath work of her. And the her beads, there's activations and everything, right? Especially when you're consciously aware of them. And like Fascinating Fairy has a pure intent when she activates her crystals. Just that was really special. Anyone who hasn't checked it out, Fascinating Fairy, uploaded yesterday. Would have been last night around 11 or 1 a.m. Eastern time, but I forget. It was a Friday night with Fairy from last night, which was the 18th or the 17th. I can't even remember what day we were yesterday. Oh my God. Dawn's Highway, Jim Morrison. Having like a flashback of the first time that I heard My Wild Love. It wasn't something that I heard, and I thought I had heard everything by the Doors and stuff. And this was before internet times, right? This was like late 80s, early 90s, where there's such a thing as a hidden gem, because an album only got put out so many times and didn't become radio play. So it would be those times where I'd go to someone's place and they'd have like a record collection, and I'd be flipping and be like, holy shit, like I'd never been able to listen to the original version of this front and back type of feeling. It's I don't know, I guess it depends on how much you actually have gratitude and like are in awe of what's accessible to us now so easily, right? And the accessibility of anything without having to research it, wait for it, look for it, like quest for it. Oh my gosh. JW, first time I tripped on acid it was with Jim. Me was with Pink Floyd, The Wall. That was my first time. Pink Floyd, The Wall. Yeah. I think that was just a whole evening of it on repeat, and just like, whoa. Tom Eden, what are you thinking will happen with Borders, Genevieve? I totally just expect to wake up and there's just all that shit is just done and gone, and the grid stuff in front of us that's already disappeared, like, depending on where you're at, like a hell of a fucking lot. So really, it's hard for me, Tom, because I don't even understand why, it's taking so long in a way, and just what has to, because I believe in like the parallels, right? And the multi-dimensional parts. So how many? I said it the other day and said it in a comment to someone. Jedi dude, he's so cool. I don't know. It's so past. Like what 100th monkey needs to just like go, ooh, click, aha, so that, it happens. Tom says, I can't see it. Normally I see the future. Same, Tom. There's just too many, there's too many timelines. And what I received and got today was really that it's not about having a curiosity of what the collective will choose. It's really focusing on what I want, not in a way that includes or impedes on any free will. Like it doesn't include another being. It's just like, what frequency do I want? What feeling do I want around me? This is so past destinations and things like that, AW, it's taking a long time because look how many people are not aware. But that's it. It at some point, AW, it can't be about the other people. I have to stop focusing on if anyone else wants this or wants it the way that I want it, that I just allow myself the complete surrender of believing and having faith that my frequency, like that, my bandwidth, what is for my greatest good, is just gonna open up before me. And with like, I can't even describe the red flag, the green flag, and the yellow flag of just be ready, no judgment, no expectation of anything, because it's so vast that it slows down anything to actually, like I've said before, these are not vision board times of like, oh, this is the place I want to be, this is the house, this is the dog, this is the, like it's a frequency, a feeling, the vibration of what is meant for us, or like I'm speaking specifically for me, so what's meant for me, um you know and Tom, because like where you say, I can't see it, I normally see the future, I understand that because I'm a lifelong person like that, but That's where like a part of faith comes in of like, okay, you already saw it. Do you have faith that that's what's next or not? Because stop questioning everything in between. Do what you feel like doing now without questioning what's coming next. You know, like I said the other day in the live, and Melissa pointed it out, how important. We're always waiting for something. You can't be at a frequency of wanting or waiting. You have to believe it's already happened. It's like if you go to a restaurant and you order what you want, what you're craving, what you know, what you want to eat, that you don't want to prepare for yourself. You order that. You have faith that that plate is being prepared for you. You don't stop the waiter and ask them, "Hey, I ordered the blah blah blah. Do you think I'm going to get that? Are you sure that in the kitchen they know that that's what I want?" You have faith because you put the order in. Unless you change your mind and you say like, "Oh, dude, I want to add like fucking cheese sticks," or, "Oh, I forgot. Could you put extra mayonnaise there?" You know, like that's not the same. You remembered something more, but when you're at the restaurant and you've ordered, you have faith in what you ordered. Could you get impatient and ask like, "What's going on? Like, I can see you're busy, but we've been here for an hour." You know, certain things like that, but in the moment where you're questioning how long it's going to take and you're getting impatient, does it help when you ask the waiter that? Because the only answer he's going to give you is they're doing the best they can, or it's coming, or you're next, you know. But anyways, that's the only analogy I can think of having faith. And that's where the enjoyment of where we're at. That's why I'm doing live streams. Why? Because it gathers us for a certain amount of time and brings us together. You know, and that might not seem like a lot in the overall, but if for, excuse me, 30 minutes, an hour and 40 minutes, or 2 hours and 30 minutes, that there's a connection between souls the way that we have, that is huge. And that's what perpetuates that feeling of that, because like how we've talked in some lives, we've said like, what do we want to do first? And you know, my thing is a fire. You know, like anybody who was here or is here now, like kind of understands that one thing that's like the first top-notch important thing to do is like to make a fucking fire, right? So like gonna attract, you know, people who like don't like the fucking smell of smoke and wouldn't understand that I would want a fire lit all fucking day long, like no matter where I am and what climate. You know, that would be like the ultimate. Not the same frequency, right? Tom, tomorrow is a significant date. It's known as the blood sacrifice. What do you think? I think if you roll the way of blood over intent, if tomorrow's on a significant date, then you go, Lococo. I think that, I wonder if, you know, I don't know what that means, Tom. JW, for me, significant days don't mean anything to me. I know what you mean, Tom. I mean, JW, I can't get over the numbers of it. It's the numbers. It's the power of the numbers. It's not anticipating an event or something, but the power of numbers. It's, I can't, the click, there's a power in the numbers for me. what I have learned, JW, is not to put emphasis, although I do speak of it, you know what I mean, but not to put emphasis on portals and things that can manifest something more than just a frequency elevation, you know, to not be disappointed because something else didn't happen. Tom Eden, that's what it feels like. I don't beat myself up for telling the waiter off. LOL if the restaurant is taking to piss. No, I don't do that stuff. Dustin Brad, love frequencies, feeling this connection. Thanks for gathering. You're welcome. Thanks for being here. And I was in Sue the Glitches live, I guess it would have been Thursday night. And, you know, I do understand that it's nice to sit back and just know that the vibe is there and to just like really be present in it and like expanding it, anchoring me in that way, you know what I mean? Like I understand that feeling of you know what I mean? Yeah, JW, you get it. The numbers too. 19 power. Are we the 19th today? Can't remember. I can't see. I don't want to move my 19 power. We are one with the feminine. Yeah, we are. May the feminine come together within the feminine. That's important. And it really is. There's okay, thank you guys. Tomorrow's the 19th. Today's the 18th. Yeah, Tree Hugger Dave. See for the numbers. 18 is 9. And I got that number 9. Number 9. Number 9. Number 9. That's how strong number 9 is for me. That's a lifelong sync too, eh? I'll tell you. You guys know what I'm talking about? You guys know what I'm talking about. Come on, somebody knows what I'm talking about. Number 9. Number 9. Number 9. Yeah, 999666. I forget the other day I was like, those numbers somewhere and I was like flipping them. Oh, it was at 1844, which is 644, and I was the 6 and the 9 because that's when Lily Rose had like a blip where she just felt weird on the 17th. And I don't usually tend to remember, or but I it makes sense with the Schumann, the whiteout, that would have happened to her in that time frame. Dustin Bradlove Frequency 9 was my oldest nickname. Right on. England emergency number 999. Huh, I didn't know that. Tree Hugger Beeler 999. Anyone seen Ferris? After my Ferris video shout out the other day, I went on Netflix and lo and behold, Ferris Bueller was there. So I tried to watch it and it's not the same. Like I couldn't get into it. Like it was still funny and everything, but I don't know. It's not about repeating and rewatching everything. It's just the little syncs or like stuff inside. It's like Wayne's World, you know? I don't think I could watch Wayne's World over and over again, but give me that one word that triggers me, like swing, and I'm there. But not enough to watch like the entire movie and, feel the same way, but no one beats Garth. Sorry. Nobody. Shell Shell! Oh gosh, girl, how are you? Nice to see you, sweetie. Shell Shell's in the house. Oh my god. Tom Eden. Always the numbers people stay away from because of religion. Yeah, and finding and meeting and speaking with more people, it's a complete synchronicity and just or um, life thing that we had that we were told we weren't good at math or that we were belittled for it in a way that was enough to not want us be near those numbers. That the numbers would bring out like fucking panic attack in us, people that were like not allowed in a way to be triggered with numbers at younger ages. Sunday-ish, the sun had a thingy hit it, and it rotates towards us today. The light, yay. Okay. That would key in with the clouds being so low, Shell. When you said that, it gave me shivers, and it just like, with the clouds. Trigger Dave Mahoney. Sink to recognize you're no longer the child seeking to be free and laughing, but wisdom reminds we are free to fly. Yay, fly for sure. Shell and tree hugger. I'm just looking at the names and like of Shell and Tree Hugger and just having little flashes of like my first months on YouTube and where I was versus where I am now and just how much some people have had so much change, evolution, you know jumped timelines like more than once this year, not just the full circle, that's still in perpetual motion of everyone. It's cool. It really is. It's there's a lot of coming together. Thank you, Tom. I appreciate that. Thank you. Tree Hugger Dave says, sun seems brighter these days. Can see the disc bright through from behind them. Dustin Brad love frequencies, the wave of love with my shell. Yeah, feel it, eh? It's like that. My shell has entered the building. Shell time. I'm remembering a video Shell did, just speaking of like the energy of the workers, of people who work in certain places, and specifically referring to Walmart back in that video, but I remember, I think it was that video too, that I forget if it was the term dipshit exactly, but that it's important and it is useful to go out and just be yourself and have fun in public, that just being can actually bring so many random conversations, smiles, and that it's not about attention, it's just about shining. And that feeling of, watching you, Shell, if you're still here when I say this, but watching Shell, and that, oh my gosh, knowing of that there's just, other people, someone else that just gets it, that shine the light, man. Shine the light. Shine a light. And that's it. It's so easy that people wonder how they can be happy or make other people's happy, and all you gotta do is be you. Just shine. Just be you, and what comes out of your mouth, it's okay. Like, it's not someone in that frequency that's gonna understand and giggle and laugh at your sense of humor. There is. And if you never let your sense of humor and yourself shine, then you don't even know to what point you'd be accepted, right? So let yourself shine. I found a new channel yesterday, and he had no subs, and he's just coming out. It has nothing to do with whatever. I sub like so many different types of souls. It has nothing to do with what someone's channel speaks of. It's the soul behind the channel. And I was missing Bruce Lee yesterday, so I put Bruce Lee in my YouTube search, and yeah, I can go watch old videos that I've seen and watch the ping pong and watch this and watch that. But here, all of a sudden, there's a video with, like, I don't know, I think it had a few views, but a tribute to Bruce Lee, it was called, or missing Bruce Lee, or thinking of Bruce Lee. I forget what the words were. And it was just like, fuck, yeah, me too, man. Boof. And it was put out like a day ago, 2 days ago now. But, and watching someone share their moves, and at the end of the video, that he took time to have the words express yourself, express yourself, express yourself on the screen. And like, that was epic to find that, because I already watched Bruce Lee, like, but the feeling of finding someone who, put out a video 24 hours before, all of a sudden I'm like missing Bruce Lee and want that energy, and then someone else is just like showing their abilities of what they are, have integrated within their body, and the art of sharing, you know, was, it was epic. And that feeling of like, damn, I'm not the only one who just like randomly is thinking of Bruce Lee, and but I am the only one randomly thinking about it and didn't put anything out. Here's somebody who did. Like, whoa, that was so cool. Tree hugger, just about shining the bliss of divine self-discovery. Yes. Thank you, Shell, for these updates. I just said it earlier, not long ago. I'm not looking at things, so it's nice when people bring in the information. On April 12th, something exploded on the far side of the sun. The blast hurled a coronal mass ejection into space. 2 days later, the 14th, there was a large solar explosion at Nemesis Maturity. Is the link she's putting for that. Yeah. Tree hugger. Others will support because it feels so warm and fuzzy as the glowing becomes the fireflies glowing under the black light. Moon. Yeah. And that's the thing, is the evolution of the steps of awakening is, it's more than the knowledge, because once the knowledge is there, then you got to process the anger and the triggers and like everything that's pissing you off and you're judging. but then it's the acceptation and the wanting the fuzzy feeling and the happiness. Um, we push away our greatest desires when they're right in front of us because it's too good to be true. And that's how we've been programmed, right? So there's a lot of shedding. Chronograph images from NASA's Stereo A probe confirm that a CME emerged from the blast site. Yesterday, the orbiting Solar and Heliospheric Observatory also captured a new eruption at the sun's eastern limb. Yeah, no shit. Eastern limb, indeed. A CME can send 20 billion tons of charged material into space. Hopefully, Earth was not in the line of fire, so there'll be no space weather consequences for our planet. Quoted from Nemesis Maturity. All aligns and coincides with the Schumann whiteout, eh? So many things significant about tomorrow the 19th. Yeah. Yeah, I do believe you are just, whoa, shivering me to the realization of flashing me back to April 19th, 2009. That's when I got my tattoo. Or the day of the reason I got my tattoo. I can't remember. It's one or the other. I'd have to Google back in time for life events. Craig Burton! Dude, how are you? Draco. Eastern limb, Eastern limb, Eastern. Yeah, and that's the thing, eh? Remember I talked about that before Easter, Tom? How, special and just like, why the fuck is Easter on the 12th, you know, in North America and most of the world, but the UK, y'all have it on the 19th, right? That Eastern limb, Easter limb for sure. Gee, if you ever looked into a toad's eyes and saw me, would you kiss the toad? You're funny, G. I'd rather kiss a toad than a boy. Shelsha, I see it as the sun having a photon party for us. Indeed. Indeed. Zeros become heroes. The elite are deleted. Yeah. It really is like, there's just that feeling of the background stuff all like when it clicks and certain things, there's the release of feeling. So, delete it indeed. Yeah, Craig, shout out to Tom. He has been amazing. I hope you thought that was funny, G. I would live in the forest with just animals for the rest of my life. It's my ingrained what would I call it? My ingrained plan to follow my soul mission to help help humanity that keeps me the fuck out of the forest and here on the internet. Just saying. You rock, Tom. You do. You do. feel that feeling of your channel and how many of us have met because you had a channel, right? And it's not a like, oh, I'm not humble, I'm not allowed to feel like fucking proud of yourself, dude. Proud of yourself. It's fucking hard to put yourself out there, and you've lived it all, you know? So fucking be proud of yourself. Like a fucking, your magnet attracted the frequencies, the people, like the tribe. Like feel feel it. It's important. It's important to feel it. I'm a bit nutty though, LOL, Tom says. Exactly, but that's what that's what keeps that coming back. It's the authenticity of you and the allowing of everything that you share, right? That's the beauty of your channel, is it's you, you know? That's a good thing. Trigger Dave Mahoney. Ingrained compulsion to assist the animals dreaming, thinking they are humans, forgetting they are stardust growing as trees in the garden. Yep. It's my ingrained fucking compulsion, because I still fucking Radiohead creep all the time of what the hell am I doing here? And I say that in a loving way. Craig Burton, the whole tribe has been truly amazing. Indeedy, like people truly playing. I say playing, and I don't mean it in, you know, participating in something that is greater than just the one. It's amazing. Shell's Time Adventures. Magenta Pixie, she's been very informative. Yes, I'd kiss the toads too, by the way. Yeah, you get it? For sure. Like, dude, I went and bought myself a dude. I didn't go and get a fucking blow up doll. I went and got myself an animal. Magenta Pixie, she's been very informative. Yeah, I can't. I don't have the attention span. I love Magenta and I get a lot out of her. I just can't. I need the, I would need the timestamp to be there for here. This is what you need with her voice, you know, because it's all, you know, I understand that I'm missing out on a certain information that elevates me, but I'm getting it myself in a different way, and not wanting to go in and listen and take the time. I can't. My attention span won't even come close to listening to something. And because the last few videos I watched, you know, she really states to what point that she's trying to make her language as understandable, or you know, to plant the seeds in people who are newly finding her. So she's taking more time and, you know, dipping back and forth into explaining certain things, and I can't handle that. um I would need just the condensed, like, that's it, and that's what I'm asking for or getting it elsewhere. For example, like just all the information you just brought here, I didn't have to. I asked for what, you know, what certain things going on are, and I receive in another way. I'm reflecting on what's going on. Total chaos, says Tom. Tom says in the electromagnetic fields, it's nuts. I feel everything. The chaos before the order, that's how I feel. There's an event coming. Yeah. I can't even remember, you know, what I did yesterday. I think I took 3 fucking showers, all in a span of like a few hours. Like wasn't one in the morning, one in the afternoon, and one at night. It was like, like I don't even remember the time. I don't know, but not even. I was just out and just dry, and I was like, oh my god, I want to go back in the shower, like from all the whoosh, just everything everywhere is like. Whew. Jagger Dave, controlled chaos as a catalyst for conscious evolution of consciousness, divine dream plan. Yeah. Might be a wedding. Fucking Billy Idol says so, man. Oh, that's one of my major sinks. Billy Idol. White wedding. Tom, showers, lol. That's what my sister said I should do. I hope you're doing it, Tom. Your sister's fucking brilliant. Of course you need the showers. Dude, sometimes I shower, like, I'm not shitting you, like fucking 5 times a day. I don't have a bathtub. I use a Tupperware container sometimes to be immersed, but being immersed like a pretzel, because like, it's a Tupperware container, it's not a real bathtub. Being immersed like a pretzel versus standing up and having the waterfall feeling on me, because as I'm in the shower, I'm not in like the shower, I'm like visualizing or just intending like a larger water body mass like pounding on me. But showers, like they're mandatory for my survival and my groundedness. You know what I mean? And that being said, I'm in northeast Ontario. We haven't had open water of a lake since November, and we're just getting open water now. So I'm not even talking pandemic and lockdown, and we're not allowed to go to the beach, but we're still at least 20 to 30 days away from a temperature that would be comfortable to be in. Comfortable being, I don't know, like ultimately 70 something would be like the top, but at least 68 to be immersed in it and feel comfortable, like not feeling yucky. And it depends, like there's the whole breathing thing, right? But there's something to be said for warm water or, a certain temperature and having that connectivity to Gaia and just the memory of water, right? Tom, if you're not taking showers and you want to like up level your life and how your body feels, take fucking showers, dude. Or baths with salt. Like, of all the, you know, mumbo jumbo that people say, like, water is sacred, water is life. The more that you immerse yourself or bathe yourself, and it's not about being clean, it's about the feeling of water. Water's memory. So while you're in the water, you ask to have the downloads. I wasn't joking when I said in a live stream once that, and April said yeah, that happens to her too, where we're in the shower, the bath, because we're doing our, stuff for us of being, and then the downloads are like boof, 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 boof to share that, right? You guys doing good? Been on for an hour and a half. My phone died in my hand, so I can't see the comments right now. Just gonna let it charge for a second and see if you guys had anything you wanted to connect about together before I shut the live out. Is there anything else? Schumann, if anyone thinks of it, if it elevates more or does something drastic, to comment somewhere or make your own video or just comment on one of my things. I can never find Schumann live like in the moment of when I need it. So I do, I'm not gonna say depend, but I do have like the places that I go or the channels that tend to know that information and post it. That's why community posts are so great. The people who have the accessibility to those, and then they just put in the community post. The Schumann. Nova, I knew you were here. Shell, yeah, you understand, a Magenta Pixie, and I love seeing her vocalize, like you said, stuff I already know, or yeah, it's nice. I get it. JW, I'm a large American. Bathtubs don't usually fit me. Dude, preach. I get it. I get it. That's why there's lakes and rivers, baby. Just saying. Nova. Shell says, JW hot. You're too cute. JW's hot as hell. JW is fucking hot. Tom Eden, plug your shower with Himalayan salt for your feet to ground. Sound plausible? Can you do that? Can you have salt coming down on you? I thought you were here, Nova. I can't tell exactly, but when people are in the live stream, you know, and it's not about the numbers, because I never really believe the numbers that are there anyways. It's just all of a sudden I'll feel someone and I wonder, are they there and not commenting, you know, or am I just feeling that person? And it's nice when I get the validation of thinking somebody was there, and like either they tell, you know, write it in a comment later, you know, I saw your live stream earlier, or, you know, if they say it, because I find that that's one of the things that, it's not that it's holding me back, it's just I don't understand to what point my imagination, because it is so, you know, I've already lived so many years in my imagination world that I'm not really sure of how, you know, powerful I am, and how, if I think too much too long, if I'm affecting someone in their actual reality, and not in yucky ways. Like I'm secure and like good in my thoughts of what I feel and how I project myself. I try to be very conscious of it. Like I wasn't joking earlier when I said I went into John Binney's live stream and I saw that Alex was there, and I was like, okay, Tom's not here. Tom, come into John Binney's live stream if you can. Like literally calling Tom, you know? And there is an importance to the validation of it, because this is when we're going to learn that we are just using these devices as, you know, baby blanket, placebo. We don't even need them anymore, because we do, or we only need them for a certain point, for a certain length of time still. That's for sure, like for 100% sure. That's why when people are so worried about 5G and all that stuff, it's like, dude, this is what's allowing us to connect and realize our powers of connection go deeper than needing anything exterior outside of ourselves, you know? That's where I get stuck sometimes on just not understanding all the duality that's playing out within the awakened community of this is going to happen, that's going to happen, this is still good or that's still bad, and all this shit, just because there's so much more we could be like playing with and investing together our time with. Like Dustin Brad said it in his video the other day. Telepathy, it is. It's, but where are we going to start to practice it if we don't start now? And it's a hard thing too, because when you grasp and are plugged into it all, it's all. So that's why people dance back and forth, going within and having that connection to the all, because it's very freaking overwhelming what you hear in there, like everything that you kept a wall up to not hear, you're hearing now. So, that one person that's on your channel and saying nice things to you, but really deep down is like triggered by you or has envy or, like yucky feelings that they're not even letting out, because if they did, it, would all just be gone. Thank you, Dave. Tree Hugger Dave Mahoney. We are telepathically connected. This is practice using tools. Exactly. Yep. This is practice using tools, and this is also where, the realization of connections that could be made and where there's holding back, where it's where you see exactly where anyone everywhere is at, is how they're choosing to, where energy flows, where attention goes. That's it. If you put your energy towards something, you're going to get more of it back. You knew I'd say that. Yeah. Kirk Plain. We will be connected in soul realm when others go to 5G, because we will have it to move into, and we will have the sun network as the satellite and the moon as repeater at night. Yeah. But we're already there to have that connection. We're not needing to search for anything outside of ourselves anymore, or any more alignments or any more energies. It's all right there up for grasp. And all that's holding back right now is the third dimensional linear stories and baggage within, right? Because if you shed all that and you see this bird's eye view, then there is no feeling of like, oh, I'm shy or I cannot do this, all that. You've already shed all that crap, and you're up here just waiting and asking, what is asked of me? What do I do? Being until, oh, I feel like doing this, right? I don't know if I'm explaining it like awesome, but it's all right there. At this point, it's watching the awakened community is just as part of the shit show as anyone else. Anyone who doesn't think that just, it's not fair to say that there's sheeple and that there's other woke, because if you're playing out a duality, like any fear-based anything, and then that's where you're at. And it's not saying in a mean or yucky way. It's just fucking truth. We hear each other's thoughts, whether we want to believe that or not, right? So We can also shield them in a way of like, like obviously, right? Because that's all we've ever learned to do is shield all this stuff and not actually use it because it's not even real, but it is. And we're not waiting for anything more to come online for us to have. These gifts are all here within. It's our um it's our choices in every given moment to step out of the 3D of what is real and what is possible and step into the reality of the power of your imagination and stop waiting outside ourselves. We are the event. We are the magnets. We are the lightning. We are everything. And if we can't even speak to each other within like here a live stream or one-on-one or in groups and be ourselves authentic, round table, everything's out there, you're not hiding anything, you can't, and you realize that you can't, so you're not holding back of anything, is when you know I don't think we can't surpass the step of the learning or understanding of the telepathy. Or can we? I don't know. It's accessible to you. Do you use it? Do you use it? Are you what are you waiting for? To the straight up answer to that, what are people waiting for? To be pure in their thoughts, because they know that they shouldn't be messing in other people's heads, or they are messing in other people's heads and they just don't even not even aware of it yet. Love y'all. We are in this together. Yes, shall. Kirk Plain, well said. Yeah, we're on dial up and obtaining software upgrades. Yep. But it's important to be aware that the ability to turn the key to use the upgraded version of yourself is within you, right? There's nothing that needs to happen for, more to come online. Yeah, shall. I'll remember to use past tense, then it makes it's so yay. There is things that's important to begin to use past tense. I totally resonate with that, shall. 5G is the tool, clue word Q, for those not already living multidimensionally. Intelligent infinity is already co-creating with source. Yeah, and it's a choice to be afraid of 5D and to think that it could hurt your body, because if you've integrated that you are a master of your ship, that your body either accepts or rejects certain things that you would not allow dis-ease into your body, then you could be dry humping a fucking cell phone tower and it won't fucking change a thing. Yeah. You know? Are we affected by, Wi-Fi signals and microwave signals and like fucking chemtrails? Yeah. But that's where you claim your sovereignty and you turn it around and you use it to empower your body, yourself. That being said, it's, you know, living Northeast Ontario with gas pipeline heat, it's a focus and a discipline to reject and not, it is. Alex, no judgment at all. Yeah. And that's the thing, is the shit that you judge is going to keep happening until you stop judging it, because it's got to keep happening until it doesn't get judged. It can't fall away until it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist when you stop giving it attention and blaming it and judging it. Because it's your blame and your judgment that's perpetuating the fact that it can still exist. Something can't exist if there's no energy put towards it. So once everybody stops judging, like all this fucking shit that they're hanging on to is that one last little thing, like, it can't exist. It's not there anymore. That way, that way. Lily's in the other room, so she can't serenade you that way. Want it that way. Tell me why. Kirk Plain, I think there's steps the individuals take towards gaining their ground. It's a work in progress. If we ask, we receive. The heart will make connections. Yep. And we're our own worst enemy because we have what we want and then we push it away and go back into the cycles. And as soul paths, this is part of the path to go, to step into a certain consciousness and then to regress and go back and finish the cycles. So no one is farther ahead or farther behind. And that's why there are no sheeple. None. And as soon as you see no sheeple, everybody is one, right? For real. There isn't woke people and sheeple and then evil. Like, how many fucking things you got to put? No, we are one. We are all source. Everything comes from source. Everything. Did I say everything comes from source? Everything. But you can't get to pick and choose what you love. You gotta love everything. Everything. Huge huggies to Alex and Hugger and Tom on my phone and slow. That was the best group hug ever, Shell. Melissa, sweetie. Morpheus, hey. Oh my gosh. Of course, I gotta say I'm almost done and then other people come in. Let's stay. How's your day going, dudes? Woo! Melissa, I saw you tried to put out lives this morning. If it was your free will choice and decided not to go back, cool. But if it's because you couldn't figure out how to get back on or something, then Skype me and we'll talk orally and I'll try to like walk you through all the like weird ass shit that I do to get a live going. Because it's like I've got like these 2 or 3 little tricks that are just like, I don't know which one's going to work at any given time, but it's one of 2 or 3 things that I just do that doesn't make any sense because, it's not logical, but to get a live stream going. So, yeah. Kirk Plain, thank you. We are fully in control. Yes. Cap locks for that. Yes. Shell, time adventures. And silence is not consent. Exactly. Mwah. Exactly. I know, sweetie. Melissa, Genevieve, Ireland is really important. I know, sweetie. I know. I get it. Why do you think I've always seen David as like, there's a reason. There's a reason David's in Ireland. There's a reason that he anchors that energy. I don't have the words for it. I just have the solid inside knowing. I shed more insights to visual downloads. Call them. There's Tech Underground, Terror Hillstone. There's something under there to do with timelines. Yes, sweetie. Yes. And although videos might just look like videos, that's why I posted my little chipmunk hole yesterday. That's why I said the story of imagine what's going down under there. That's why I said the story. Nothing is as it seems. And it really is a time for those with the eyes to see, to understand beyond just simple words, or that you don't need the words anymore to understand the deeper meaning behind something. But that's why I put that video out yesterday. When I stumbled, and I saw that hole, it was like, boom, phone out. I didn't even get the chance to like say like, no, I'm busy sitting down. Boom, phone out. It's really important to put into perspective that we all have parts to play, and go within, go within, go within and ask, are you playing your part? Because perpetuating anything that's of lack, that we're missing something, that we're not as united right now because we're in a live stream together, or we were in John Binney's live stream 2.5 hours ago, or, whatever gatherings to make unity and feel the togetherness, and that we are the frequency, fuckers. We are the frequency, and that there's more going on. If if you don't think your part you're playing is spectacular because you're just anchoring energies, and you think, who do you freaking think you're anchoring energies for? Ask yourself that. People whining that they be told to stay home and that they lost their liberty. Does it matter if you're told that you staying home is not you losing your liberty? It's like enabling complete liberation of an entire grid matrix. That if you can keep the vibe up by not thinking shitty ass fucking thoughts of they, them, all of this crap, that you're bringing through a reality faster. There's a lot under us. A lot. There's a lot waiting to rise. Letting go of all the old stories. Why? So we can bring through what are the parts of the old stories we want in our reality, but we're trashing the rest. The war, the yucky fucking ass shit. We're trashing that part, but we're bringing Atlantis rising. It really is. Do you believe that? Are you pulling it up? Or are you pushing it down by just like fucking, waiting to see who's gonna like make up what fucking thing tomorrow? Bear's in a mood. Tree hugger Dave, yes, ground first. That's the anchor. Then you dream while lucid and awake. Then we fly. Or as G put it, surprised I'm not buffering as frick right now. Mine is like, shh. Can you feel it? Thoughts and perceptions out loud. As soon as we change the monetary system, I think a lot of things are going to change. Yep, obviously. So let's let the monetary system kick in and take place. How? You have abundance now, and you're visualizing. You know that there's more coming. You understand that everything is in place, happening, click, 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 for this to happen. You understand for real that we are not going back into any type of anything that ever looked the same way or felt the same way. You have complete faith that if you got like zero, nothing right fucking now, that's enough. And you manifest what you need accordingly. because we're so used to asking for little and not a lot because, you know, we must be humble, that we don't think we deserve the best. Shell. Agreed. Judgment is an anchor, keeping it in one's reality. Yep. Thoughts and perceptions out loud. David lives right next to Tower Hill. We went walking there. The Stone of Destiny, it's called. Yeah. Like, I know you can't see it because of my glasses, but my eyes fill up. That's how powerful. Like, I know. Dustin Brad. Thank you. Huh, thoughts and perceptions out loud. Not Tower Hill, Tara Hill, Stone of Destiny. Wow, Tara is another name for Earth. Yeah, and if you look right above you, Dustin Brad Love Frequencies, where your comment is, where you wrote that, his dog is named Tara. Sink, 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 right? No separation anywhere. Exactly. Kirk Plain. Your mind is a creator and it directs what you say and think into a picture and broadcasts the images outwards into your view. Think about that. James True spoke this yesterday. I don't know who James True is, but it's true. You know? I've been through all the cycles, like fucking lack, poverty, complete and utter, like, just everything. And I know I manifested those. And I know, like, we manifest even faster now. So it's so important. I can't even imagine what it's like to be in resistance right now, and like all the banging into shit, losing stuff, and all the stuff that could be happening in someone's life. And that realization that it's a choice to be like having all these like icky inconveniences happen all the time. Like, I don't know. It's a choice, right? I don't want to live that way. I like flow, man. I like thinking of coffee and it just shows up. It's nice. It really is. Oh, okay, cool, Melissa. I downloaded the Live Now app. Never heard of that. Gonna go have a go with that tonight. Right on. Cool. As many as in a given moment can be. Whether it's just a video, it's not just a video, right? But just anything. When you're feeling it, share it. Melissa, something is pushing me to start talking. I have to start opening my mouth. I've had so many synchronicities the past 2 weeks and things that have confirmed to me my doubts. Yeah, Melissa, and I'm not gonna lie, and I'm gonna say this straight up to you, like right here, but I see you, Melissa. I've always seen you. So, like, yeah, step into your perfection, because there's no lack and there's nothing that's not perfect and needed. You got this. Manifest it. You don't want people on your channel saying yucky shit to you and questioning what you're saying, then that's all you get from now on. Ask for it. Why? Right now, when I do watch videos, the first thing I check is people who have a lot of subscribers. And I've seen in the last weeks, I've seen there's less dislikes in videos that used to have a bit more. And I don't know, maybe I'm grasping at straws of thinking that things are rosier than they are, but for me, what that indicates for just the little places that I go look is that people are not putting effort into a dislike. Why bother? Why bother to put nasty comments or anything? I don't got the energy for that. Let's find something I do want to watch, right? So pat it. And besides, you're triggerless. Don't let it affect you. Because sometimes the comments, even if it's within your channel, is meant for triggering someone else, not for you to loop back. And then you completely observe it with the bird's eye view of like, what the fuck, this fucker on my channel saying this stupid ass shit. And then something inside you says like, leave it there. Somebody else needs it. Like, I'm not triggered by this anymore, but he's still a dumbass. Like, you're allowed to think that. And it's not mean. If people are still choosing to be mean and that we still want to think they're a fucking dumbass, like, it's not mean. We're not putting out negative vibe. It'll be really nice when people choose to not put out like the shit that's all like judgment and like wanting to make somebody feel stupid. Like, that part is done. That's just my opinion, but Tree Hugger, all creators are expressing in metaphor so that others can comprehend at whatever level of their current vibration. Love is the fuel of source to create with. Yeah. And there's a part of me that, is speaking less, like, and just showing something that can trigger the something, or, like, I don't know. I'm winging it day by day with what's guided and asked of me, you know what I mean? So, but we are the world. Yes, liberation, free, where we want to be. Yes, Kirkplane, many are already overhead in spirit as we transition the below are as well rising up and out. Exactly. Exactly. And, to put yourself with the bird's eye view that all souls choose their path. So when you put yourself up here and things are going on that are tragic and chaotic and are creating a mass, population where more, where there's an elevation of deaths in certain areas because of global events, whether they be man-made or, nature, that feeling of really being proud that they chose this. And it feels better to be proud of a soul and to connect with a serious outgoing or incoming, however you want to see it, because we're all in the same dimension anyway. So nobody's really gone. There's just their body not there. And I'm here to tell you, like, if something happens that you consider, a catastrophe, and the empath in you wants to be drowned down by the empathy and that feeling, connect with those people. The shivers that you'll get and the validation that they chose this, supersedes anything you could ever go watch in a video of someone explaining to you that we are all one and we don't disappear. This is something you have within you. It's not, people just, think of connecting with their close and their loved ones, if they pass. Well, I'm here to tell you, like, if a bus crashes in fucking buttfuck nowhere, Saskatchewan, and like 17 people die, I can still connect with those 17 people. I don't gotta know their names and wait till the news tells me all their names and their stories. I can still connect with those 17 people. And know that they know what they've done for the community by allowing that life event to happen. Melissa, I have patterns in my life symbols and natural creative flow to find truths and insight from different places, and there's always the same point I go back to. I have come to deep truths I will share. Kirkplane, the monetary debt will release others as well. Indeed. Indeed. Because please, this is where thinking that there's a they, the massive numbers of people that have been labeled as they, and the dark and all the fucking words you want to put out there into the universe are the ones that have, since birth, been playing the part of liberation as a true boots on the ground, living in the life. So, for me, it was a life meeting that changed all my perceptions in 2011. The awareness that things are going on, that children are taken, experimented on. Some children have never even seen the light of day. And that all these things happen. The awareness that someone has when they have that knowledge and how disgusted they are by it, I would wish for them the life event that happened to me, because I met someone who was a survivor of that. Yeah. How did she get out? Love and forgiveness. So when you meet someone, and you speak to someone, and you hug someone, and you love someone who is actually a part of all the shit that some people will never ever even like know or understand, because why do they have to? Because you got the knowledge in you? You want everybody to be fucking horrified and disgusted by it? Why? That don't make sense to me. Craig Burton, such an amazing time to experience all this. Yes. Kirk playing best apocalypse I've ever been a part of. Ditto, dude. Me waited a long time for this one. I found that when I research these truths to get more information and confirmation, no one else is talking about it. I've found that the majority of things, it's right, it's normally wrong. We all have our different perceptions and things that we see and that we know. And the important part isn't, it's believing in what we know and standing by it, whether everyone or no one ever believes it. I say to people sometimes, I've never, found anyone who sees like me. It's not finding anyone who sees like me. I say that wrong. It's finding someone or people that accept that I don't see shit the way that you do. Or I see a lot, almost everything, except for all of that stuff. But that's okay and accepted and 100% unconditional okay, right? Tom Eden says, Tom the bot disappeared. Did you see? I don't know. I gotta say, Tom the bot, like, he was fucking hot. He was a hot bot. He had me. He had me at calling me dude and my guy. And then I realized he calls all of y'all dude and my guy. Like, fuck. Really? Really, bot Tom? You couldn't think of original names for all of us? I thought I was special. Tree Hugger Dave. If you like it, assists, if not unconditionally holds space. Yes, negative dislikes manifest trolls later in the journey from those that still judge. Yep. Yeah, Melissa, you have everything you need. Melissa, I'm upset because I have within me a thing about fairness and justice and integrity, the way you conduct yourself. But you can't be upset. The only thing you can do is conduct yourself with that to condemn or think that anyone's not doing the right thing because they don't feel the injustice in the same things that you do is it's not cool. It's not okay. We all have our different purposes. I struggle to not horrify you with the language and be even more direct and crude with how detached I am from so much stuff. I try to balance the Kelly that wants to throw everything, like just like balls to the wind, man, and not hold my words to really shock you and trigger those that need it. Why? Because you can hang on to your triggers for as long as you want. They're going to keep coming back. You're just changing packages of who they're coming through as. That's it. So, you know, and the thing I say, and I'm not going to stop saying it, yes, it's important to integrate past lives. But if you have got stuff that you're like still obsessed and holding on and like pissed off about, it's because you were one of the biggest people who did that in a past life. So you have not dealt with that shit and you have not accepted that, you know, for example, 150 years ago, you were the one slaughtering fucking babies and bringing them, hurting them, and putting them into residential schools or putting them in places that are even, you know, that didn't even have the respect of having a sign saying residential schools, that it was like that fucked up of a place. Need to forgive. And forgiveness, if you haven't put it in the without everywhere, it's because there's some seed inside you of what, it's your ancestry, man. It's something. You gotta get over it. You want the gentle channel? Go check out like Soulful Heart blogs. She'll gentle you and cradle you. I'm not. I don't like being the trigger. I've been the trigger all my life. But if it takes to be like fucking hardcore, fucking, I'll do it. I don't care. And I don't care. I care so fucking much that I'll do it. We transition the kindness and can as well descend to the lower energies as well and work as full beings with range from low and high. It's all useful energy to use while co-creating this journey. Yeah, that's why I put Phil Good's video. I last week, I think it was 7-10 minutes long, and I didn't know how to share it because it comes from Facebook, and I played the whole thing. It don't matter if you're up here and you have it all. You're going to go back down and bring as many people back up as you can. Forrest Gump. That's it. Soul contracts. Genevieve is feeling very raw today. Thank you, Shell Shell. I love you, girl. I'm like 10 minutes behind in the comments from like ranting. I didn't think I could rant anymore. Thanks for letting me know. I still got that indigo fucking ranter in me. Sometimes think she's gone and I'm just all la-di-da. Yeah. Not so much. Epic forever. Yes, everyone is special in their own way. And like, so needed. So needed. The bots ain't co-creating with spirit or source. No love, just program with them, within them. Tom the bot was a hot bot, says G. Fuck yeah, why not? Gotta laugh at the fucking bots. And not laugh at them, laughing with them. Like, fuck, if Hotbot wants to come back, Hotbot Tom wants to come back and start giving me, like, my own special nickname, fuck, I'll shout him out again. Why not? Why? If you can't, just don't let the small stuff bother you. and the bot becomes like your potential twin fucking flame, at least I got a fantasy going, right? Free will. It's not I'm not going against a bot's free will if he got no fucking will at all, right? Ooh, will. Who's will? Tom says, I don't believe that. Nobody did that stuff. It was just the media, all fear stuff. I'm so far back in the comments, I'm not sure what you mean. See, I don't resonate with that. Language is a lie. Language is trickery. See, I love language. I love all languages. I don't care if I speak it and I can understand a goddamn word. The writing of other languages, how beautiful they are. They're art form. It's art to me. Language is what brings us together. So it's one of the most beautiful tools that we have. If we didn't have language, we wouldn't be able to be here right now. You know? If we want to believe that there's lies and programs and spells in there, then we're giving away our power by believing in that, right? So if we use language to our best advantage, to wordplay, to enjoy words, to, to make people happy. What makes people happy? Comments, right? If you make a video, what do you want? Comments. If you didn't have words, yeah, we could language with emoji, but there's only what? Maybe 50% of people who are actually starting to realize that emoji is a language, right? Whether you can spell or you can't, whether it's the intent behind the words. Can you read the intent behind the words of emoji language? If somebody chooses to not use words, like if I chose to comment for 2 weeks in just emoji, you would understand. I already know you would, Melissa, because Rosie speaks emoji most of the time. You know what I mean? She can free flow freaking message, or she'll emoji something 4 or 5 lines long. That like is a fucking like short novel of a story that she just like put out there, right? Tom, media is the weapon. Media became the weapon because we allowed it to. It was planned. Who cares? We're the ones that feed into it. How many times have you popped into any type of media in the last day, week, month? Fuck, I can honestly say 3 times. Once I watched 3 separate people because of my free will. I wanted to see their eyes and what they were projecting into reality in those speeches that they made versus what people say, what people hear, and what people are, So I watched 3 people and got what I got from what they are saying, not what everyone else says, and not even what they're really saying, because they can only say so much. Shit, as soon as somebody speaks, everybody's fucking judging it and like throwing like comments. Nobody feels safe or fucking happy. Such, I don't care. There's a responsibility to be taken at this point for who is like engineering and keeping the shit show going, and everyone needs to take part in that. Even me ranting today is taking part of the shit show. Everything that I usually don't go there and say out loud and just try to keep the vibe at a certain thing is me dipping into the shit show today. And I can admit that. And I'm aware of it. Yeah. I feel like you just quoted me, Shell. I like that. I screenshotted that. You made me happy. You're listening to me. I love all language. It is art. It brings us all together. Use language to make people happy, says G. Yeah. It's like that song. Is it Daniel Bedingfield? I had a bad day. I'm sorry. It's true. Just buck up and go for coffee. You don't drink coffee, go get a tea. If you don't drink tea, go get a fucking ice cream. If you don't eat ice cream because there's like fucking dairy, go get a vegan ice cream. Go somewhere and smile at someone. Even now, especially now in lockdown, quarantine times, when you do go out for something, take the time, smile, eye contact. It'll change your life. It'll change your life. That way. It's because all words have an equal opposite, positive, negative. But that's the thing. Depending on my tone, depending on how you're feeling, like fuck, someone can smoke a joint and be paranoid that the most loving, awesome thing said to them was like, you being rude, like, so everything can be interpreted in any way, right? Alex, cheese pie, je t'aime. Je t'aime aussi, Alex. Melissa, Genevieve, I agree with you in one way, but I also think a lot of souls have been tricked. Yeah, because they choose to be tricked. Melissa, how can they get loose of it if they are they? They are us. If, you know. Hey, remember, I'm Capricorn, 7th of January. I'm just like you. No nonsense, says how it is. And I can take it as well without taking things personally. I can always look deeper. Tom Eden, we are crystalline. It is the indigos that express the children facts. We are the future and it is on the past. We are together and indigos are transmuting before our eyes. Whoa. Yeah. Definitely, eh? Definitely. And people see what they see and they transform how they transform and they choose what they choose. I love that you say that, Shell Shell. Shell Shell, we are all crystalline and indigo, by the way. Exactly. It's funny, eh? Because in that way of, am I this or am I that? And that's why all the stories and labels have to be dropped, right? Because they were focal points to get us here and to have understandings to help us find each other. But to leave anyone out and say, like, you're not an indigo. And exactly, all our bodies are crystalline, and the ones that have already planned to not be are not. Like, it's yeah. And I don't know. It's the line between attachment and detachment. It's the unconditional love allows. Unconditional love allows other timelines to be lived, even if we are not a part of them and we do not follow into that timeline. You know? I'm not sure what you mean. Do you want to cry stall or in you go or in you go? What does that mean? I don't know what that means, Tom. Melissa, I've been looking into the frequency of words, the somatics. Yeah, Melissa, it's important that we choose our word carefully. Expressions such as you and Tom, I've noticed that you use. Tom uses it too. It's got to be a British thing. But I am gutted. You guys tend to say that when something didn't happen or that you would want to happen, but that's not working to happen. I've heard you both say that either in a video or in a comment or in a chat. And to say I am gutted, um, when we say watch our words, it's that when you are with someone and like, oh my god, don't touch me, I hate you, those little things are so huge in the universe. And one thing that Lily and I have an issue with sometimes is um like I don't screen what she watches and trust her inner judgment of what she wants to gravitate to. And she's never, even when she was, little, always gravitated to older. Part of it is because she was raised with teenagers and, not young siblings. But sometimes her level of sarcasm and how she, interacts with me is beyond my tolerance of teasing. There are some things that are black and white with me of, what's respectful and what's not that I will allow into my bubble. You know, I'll swear like a motherfucker in front of my kid. I don't give a flying fuck. That word does not hold power for me. It's an expression and how I speak. But I won't use the F word referring to a body. I won't use that 3-letter word. It's not something that I integrate into my reality. That's an F word for me. I'll say shit like all fucking day long, but I don't like, and when I use the STUPID, like, I'm either cranked or not watching my words because I don't resonate with that word and the frequency of that word. But you see, what's different for me in the power words and what's different for you is two different things. So that's why some people can watch me, even if I can swear like a motherfucker, and they don't give a shit because they see through the words and, they realize I'm just immature and holding on to it. I'm much more eloquent if I want to be or if I choose to be. Or that automatically somebody popping into this live stream hearing me talk like this is disgusted. They can't stand me. They never want to fucking see my face again. And that's the only dislike I'm going to get today because I'm choosing to speak like this, right? But the reason that people are choosing to certain patterns and certain things and certain actions is to make the world triggerless. So, things that piss you off have to play out in reality by someone until they don't piss you off anymore. So, Melissa, I love everyone. I don't want to fight with anyone. It upsets me that people don't like me. I understand it, but if we are meant to come together, should we not come together? Melissa, I haven't found a solid base of people to say that we would be safe and comfortable if we were together because so many people are still holding in what they actually feel, you know? So it goes along with what I said earlier. We already know that telepathy is available to us, but people so choose to not practice it to the point where I can feel someone wishing, like, oh, I really want to talk to her right now. And I'm not going to say it in different ways so that it doesn't feel like I'm pointing anyone out, but, and that timeline is supposed to happen. Yet it doesn't, because 3D, shyness, can't do this, boldness, nothing, don't walk through that door. I love everyone, Melissa. I don't like everyone. I love everyone, Melissa, and I am shocked and honored and grateful when anyone says or thinks or believes that they love me, that anyone actually likes me, is like a fucking bonus. Is that the real part? Me not know. Me still in fucking discernment mode with so many people, because transparency is not out on the fucking round table. It's not. Tom Eden, Pixie has enemies. More reason to know she is aligned. She's speaking truth. She's watching, making the elite weary. Do you? It's cool. Yeah. Respect for Pixie and people who put out stuff that has gotten them, you know, I'm not going to name specific channels, but specific channels have had, they have been targeted in ways that they had to overcome fight or flight within their own home and dynamics with their children. Um, you know, and why did that happen? To overcome it. No fear. We are protected. To really have faith that even if we're speaking openly, that we're safe. You know? It doesn't matter if we all resonate with watching anyone the same, right? It's the respect that people are speaking what they speak, what they're meant to speak of. It's our choice where we put our energy, what we look into. And putting any energy into judging or analyzing any channel at this point is not important, is it? Shell, she might be okay, but she has false information. There's also a false ascension overlay. But that's the thing, Melissa. Is there really a false ascension overlay? Or is there becoming one, or has there become one because we believe there is one? If we don't put energy into any fucking more overlays, there can't be any more. Energy flows where attention goes. Just the fact I'm putting energy and talking into a word such as that, I annul. I don't even want that out there. Thank you, thus I know I'm here. Hearing this. Got it. I'd loop with the Pixie. Yeah, Pixie rocks. She's got balls of steel to have put out her videos her way for so long. Fucking kudos, man. Hey, Huntsman144. How's it going today? I got a heater in my truck and I'm off to the rodeo. And I don't give a fuck, and it's 30 below, and I forget the other words because I only put that out 2 months ago, and I only heard it once because I put it on 3 times, and I laughed my ass off going hee hee hee, like I was like all immature little kid fucking swearing and shit. Loving me some G. Yeah, isn't it awesome? I love, like, because my name is Michelle, right? My name's Michelle. That's my first name. And I was guided and chose, because in my life I was asking people, it's not just because, like, oh, I want a YouTube name or I don't want to use my real name. It's because in my real life I was asking people to call me Genevieve or Eve, and it just never came together in a way that the people who already see me as Michelle, they just weren't able to grasp. But now I have people like, because even in my reality, sometimes I so choose to introduce myself as Genevieve or Eve, depending on the energy of the person that I meet. And yeah, G is like, that overall abbreviation for like a lot of special shit. Woo! I love, oh, excuse me, I love you, Shell Shell. Thank you. Whoop whoop. Yeah, I need to be redirected into the dancing, just whoop whoop, because that's where energy flows, where attention goes. Oh my gosh. Think me gonna be done now, unless anybody got something in there they wanna like follow up, finish up, put up. Groove is in the heart. Yeah, I love that song. It's one of my go-to songs. That's one of my go-to songs. Who sings that? Delight. Delight. Yeah. Groove is in the heart. Reminds me of a channel guiding delight. Yeah, everybody is free, Melissa, and respect everybody's, whether it's false light, fucking this light, that light. Everything is of source. We're all going to the same fucking, we're all heading the same direction. There is no other direction left. We're in a void between, but we're choosing this void. And really, there's a lot of restructuring gonna happen soon. So get what you get out of the people. The just, yeah, you get on board of what you want as a reality. Participate in it, so according to what you want in your reality. Really. Oh, Shell, you just synced me to the max. Guess what my third name is? Marie. Yep. Spelled that way too. But my Michelle is spelled with just one L. Micle. I have an accent grave. Accent grave on my first E. Because, it's fancy to have an accent. I don't even know how to put the accents on my keyboards unless I change my whole language. Michelle Marie. Yeah. Right on. I love you guys. Thanks for being here. And, yeah, thanks for being here.